Y'all, I love bread. And with Hero Bread, I can focus on my health goals and still indulge in the soft, fluffy experience that you love with bread, guilt free. I love a bagel and cream cheese for breakfast. Oh, I love a bagel and cream cheese with the side of bacon and eggs. I mean, that's a big breakfast, but these bagels have ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and high in fiber. I love a high fiber breakfast to really get me through my day, especially when I'm recording through my lunchtime. If I've got that bagel, bacon and eggs. You guys, I'm good to go. I can make it to like 3 o'clock, really. Now, Hero Bread makes these bagels that I love, but they also make sliced bread loaves, tortillas, and dinner rolls. So you can have them for your taco night, just your regular dinner, whatever. They've got all sorts of products. And I know you might be thinking, like, okay, this bread that is so healthy for you cannot be tasty. But my gosh, you guys, it is so good. It is fluffy. It is delicious. No compromises, just great flavor, ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and high in fiber. Win, 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 win. And they have these monthly small batch drops of indulgent favorites like the popular 2 gram net carb hero croissant. That is going to be in my next order. So Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code PinkShade at checkout. Okay. That's PinkShade at checkout, but you've got to go to hero.co and use code PinkShade at checkout for 10% off your order. And let me know what you order and how much you love it. Are y'all like me and you have a million pictures in your phone that no one's ever going to see? Or maybe you just send this great picture, to your friend or your spouse. That's me. I have a million pictures in my phone of my dogs or the beach or maybe Florian from 90 Day. I don't know. But I have all these pictures and then I have this big space in my basement where I want to make a gallery wall. But I always was like, no, it's too much. You have to measure, you have to move, you have to punch 1,000 holes in your wall to make it look right. But now there's this product called Mix Tiles. You guys, it's incredible. You put this magnet on the wall that doesn't damage the wall. You can pull it right off. And then you stick the Mix Tiles framed picture on top of it. And then you can move it around all however you want. So you can make this gorgeous gallery wall that you would see on Instagram or something, but you've done it in your house. That is what I have done. You guys won't believe these amazing pictures I got. I can't wait to take a picture of my gallery wall to show you. I got tons of little ones from Mix Tiles that are all the same size that I'm going to put in a big square. And then I got a bunch of other ones that were tall and rectangular. I got all of mine in black frames with a very thin white mat, but you could do whatever you want. They have all different size that you could put the picture in a different kind of frame. You could do like a thick white frame or a big mat or a tiny mat or no mat at all. So many choices. At first I was kind of overwhelmed, but then I played around with it. And I was like, this is going to look incredible. It came in these like perfectly packed boxes. So everything was protected. So you guys really need to go and check this out. Mix Tiles. It is amazing. And again, it doesn't damage your wall. So if it's not exactly where you want it, you just move it around. It's amazing. And these are the easiest way to frame and hang your photos. They turn your memories into meaningful art. And again, you can have just a tiny little gallery wall or make a huge one. So turn your favorite memories into stunning, affordable wall art. For a limited time, our listeners get 35% off on all orders above $139. Head over to Mix Tiles, Mixtiles, mixtiles.com. Use code PinkShade and you're all set. That's it. Just use code PinkShade at mixtiles.com. And after you buy, do us a favor. When they ask you, hey, where did you hear about Mix Tiles? Make sure to say Pink Shade sent you. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pink Shade. It's Monday. It's Mugshot Monday. I'm coming to you live from the Las Vegas Strip. I am directly across looking at the Bellagio fountains. I've got the Sphere right over here on this side. I've got some sort of fucking nightclub situation. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom.
Oh.
You know what? Vegas is not for me.
The party never stops.
It is not for me. I mean, like my friend Mary was here a night before we were, and she was like, I couldn't sleep all night because of the street noise and stuff. And it's a little bit like, it's a little bit like New York in that you kind of have to put your sound machine on and just kind of, it's background noise,
Yeah.
But it is It's 3 a.m. still. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom. I mean, you can hear it. It's like the people on the street that have set up their own like one-man band. You can hear like the motorcycles racing by. It is, and then the Bellagio fountain starts, and that music starts, and then there's this nightclub. It's not for me, guys. Vegas is not for me.
I've never had the noise experience that I noticed when we were there.
I wonder because we the other times I've been here, I've stayed at Caesars, which is across the street. So it's on the Bellagio side. So this is on the other side. We're in the Paris Hotel. And I wonder if it's this side of the street is louder.
It has to be because I'm like thinking the last 2 times we've gone, we've stayed either at Caesars or the Venetian. And I'm like, I've never heard anything from like the street noise or a club or anything like that. It has to be where your room is positioned.
I think so, because we're on the corner room at Paris, which is great. We have double windows. Babs, our bunkie, really hooked us up with these great rooms. And I got to come up with a present for Babs. She's so great. So it's wonderful because out one window, we've got the full Bellagio fountain experience. Out the other window, we can see the Sphere. It's like great. But it's great until you're trying to record a podcast or go to sleep. Those are 2 things that it's not conducive to. Yesterday I was talking to Amy and I kept going, can you hear that? Can you hear that? So I'm probably going to be doing that to you too. I apologize.
And I'm not going to hear it until you like point out, like, can you hear my loud ass mom talking right now? I'm more paranoid about that. Like, can you hear her?
No, I cannot. What is she saying?
Who fucking knows?
She's talking to the dog.
Loudly. No, they're in their houses right now. They got talked to and they got yelled at earlier by her and then got treats. So
I want to know how it went with doggy training.
Oh,
because I know you were worried.
I was so worried, Mary Payne. I was so worried. When I tell you he was the star of PetSmart. Soon as we walked in, like all the people that worked there, everyone who like passed by us came, they're like, can we pet him? He's so cute. And he's hamming it up. I mean, there was men stopping us to pet him. They're like, what is he? And I'm like, well, he's mixed with this, and that. So we go to the class and I tell the lady, I'm like, yeah, this is his first time on a leash. She goes, what? She goes, he looks like an experienced walker. I'm like, he does? I'm like, okay. Mary Payne, he did everything she told him to do. And when it wasn't his turn, he just sat there like a gentleman, just waiting. He was adorable. I was such a proud pet mom. Oh my God. Everything, like the other dog, the lady was like, well, why can't my dog be more like Saki? Because that dog didn't do shit it was supposed to do. The entire time we were in there. And Saki's like, I got it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm ready, ma'am. What is next? Like when she was talking to the other dog, he's just sitting up straight, just listening for like directions. I'm like, I was beaming, just beaming.
I'm so happy because you were worried. You're like, first of all, I'm worried that they're going to be upset with him because he's black. And they're going to be, the other dog's going to be, you said the other dog's going to be racist against him. I was like, no,
I told Mary Payne, I was like, he's going to go in there. He better not go in there and embarrass me in front of all these white people. And we were the only black people there. But there was only one other person in that class because it's like a 3:00 class. But that dog was mixed race too, was a Dalmatian. So they were both black and white.
Dying.
So they talked about like the struggle, like, you know, because Saki's half black, half white, but on the darker side, she's half black, half white, but on the lighter side. So they compare stories, you know, about their experience and all that. So no, it was great. I can't wait to go back this week and see how he does.
Okay.
He loves it.
Good. And he's been walking on the leash. You've been trying to do that?
No, he just like literally that was the first time he ever walked on a leash. Was when we went to PetSmart that day. And it's like, you just knew, like, you just knew. Let's do.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get him on that. Once they get all the shots, you got to get him on that leash. You got to walk him in the neighborhood. You got to teach him.
He's got one more shot. He gets this month and then he's done.
And then he can be out and about. He can be with the public. Yeah.
Well, they say he can be with the public now. He took a class.
Okay.
And he had all the stuff. So I'm just lazy. I don't walk.
It doesn't have to be like the walk really isn't it is for the exercise, but it mostly is for them to sniff and smell the world. The sniffing for them is, they say that it's the mental exercise of the sniffing is more important than the walking. It's interesting because I don't know, I read something or TikTok or something told me that the sniffing for dogs is for us is like social media. So when we're scrolling through social media, for them, that's what they're doing. They're sniffing, and they can sniff this dog's pee was here or whatever. Like, all right, well, that dog had dog food for breakfast and some chicken. And this dog, they can like smell everything about the dog that was there before. And that's what they do. They're and that's why they like try to pee on top of that pee to mark that pee on top of that pee.
Yes.
It's very interesting. So sometimes we call our dogs like Dilly and Dally. We're like, all right, this 10-minute walk was 30 minutes because Dilly and Dally had to check all their social media the whole way around the neighborhood. They had to scroll
all of it. They had to get on the Reddit, the TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, or whatever else there is out there now. So,
all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, I guess we'll try that this week. See how it goes.
Fun.
Yeah. A little Saki. So cute.
Oh, well, I'm excited. I'm excited to follow the journey of Saki because I'm not allowed to get another dog. So I'll just live vicariously through you.
Okay, I'll send you lots of puppy pictures.
Yeah, I love it. Now, we are here to talk about Love After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 5, Gangsta Prince Charming. Wow. So, as predicted, it didn't go so great this week for Ashley.
No.
So, I saw all this stuff on that page, and it was like, Ashley's actually pregnant, and Alexis is pregnant too. And I was like, I don't feel like he ever sees her again after this.
I don't think so either. And I posted on my Instagram story, like a picture of Alexis with Julius's sister from the baby shower.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think people are confused with the names and all. It's just, it's a lot. But no, I don't think that they ever consummated their not relationship.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. So we'll start with them, Ashley, Julius, and Alexis. Now, in my defense, you guys, I took these notes like 3-4 days ago before I came to Vegas. So just stick with me. It'll come to me as I'm talking about it. Gotcha. So we open with Julius going to, see the name.
Ashley.
Ashley's hotel room. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Going to Ashley's hotel room, and she's going, Julius, the ice cream man is coming.
That is the yell. It was so not feminine. Julius!
It was crazy. It was crazy.
I'm like, are we about to start a wrestling match? Like, why is she so aggressive with, like, he knows his name. Like,
and then she looks at the people.
I don't know why she did that.
Yeah, like the camera crew's not there. But speaking of wrestling, the whole WWE situation is also in Vegas right now. People walking around with those belts and stuff.
And my husband, Maven Huffman, is there now too.
Oh, I was like, your husband, James. Okay, yes, I know that's your guy.
No,
yeah, people are walking around.
My real husband.
And people are walking around with those belts. I guess it's like
wearing
it's like wearing a Grateful Dead T-shirt. They're walking around
basically.
With the belts.
Yeah.
So
should have been there.
Yeah. Like my daughter said, it's two different ends of the spectrum. Well, we got Deadheads.
Yeah.
And then we've got WrestleMania. And then you have like a little kids like Taekwondo tournament happening. And then
how cute.
Boom chicka behind me.
Club 11 behind you. Yeah.
Feeding yourself is hard enough sometimes, but what about when you have a whole family of mouths to feed? If that sounds familiar, maybe you're at my house because I've got people coming and going and they need different things all the time. And for me, it is time to streamline dinner time with Home Chef. With Home Chef, you can choose from over 35 meals and 18 extras per week, including, and this is the best, kids-themed special meal kits. Home Chef, as you guys know, it delivers fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes conveniently to your doorstep. You can simplify your life with Home Chef. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. Now, I prefer the classic meal kits with the pre-portioned ingredients, but they also have these quick 30-minute recipes. They also have oven ready. Pop it in, microwave even faster. And then they have the dedicated family menu, which will be, if you have little kids or a lot of people with a lot of different tastes, which, that's what I find in my house too, even though my children are grown. Home Chef has everything you need for hassle-free, delicious dinners, and it's economical. Home Chef customers save on average $86 per month on groceries. That is a lot of money. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/pinkshade. That is homechef.com/pinkshade for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/pinkshade. Must be an active subscriber to receive the free dessert. All right, guys, let's talk about laundry. I know it's not the most exciting chore. And we've talked about it before. My husband likes to do laundry like 4 or 5 times a week. And I like to get it done on one day. Like today is my day for laundry. And now laundry day might be one of my favorite days of the week because of this Indonesian patchouli laundry detergent from Laundry Sauce. You guys, these little pods are packed with the powerful bioenzymes that tackle stains like a pro. And the scent is next level. It's like a high-end cologne that sticks with you, but like in a good way, not in a bad way. Like if you love the outdoors or like a beachy vibe, you just want that fresh, natural feeling, this scent gives it to you. Like think of Jason Momoa, laid back, adventurous, effortlessly cool. You guys, it is amazing. I love it. I love an Indonesian patchouli. Maybe that's the hippie in me, but I don't know. But the smells are incredible. So if you're all about that outdoorsy, beachy energy, this scent will keep you in that vibe no matter where you are. Are you ready to upgrade your laundry game? Try the Indonesian patchouli from Laundry Sauce. You guys, I have the little pods and then I also have the dryer sheets. Holy cow, you guys. Literally, my husband said, "What are you using on your laundry? It smells so much better than mine." I was like, "Okay, I'll let you use it. You can use my Laundry Sauce." And also, isn't that a great name for a product? So for a limited time only, our listeners are going to get 20% off your entire order when you use code PINKSHADE at laundrysauce.com. That's 20% off your order at laundrysauce.com with promo code PINKSHADE. You guys, it's not just about smelling incredible. It's engineered for performance. And because spring is about fresh starts, you got to revive your fabrics with Laundry Sauce, okay? 20% off laundrysauce.com and use code PINKSHADE. So they hug and she's like, hee, she's giggling. And she goes, he's like my Prince Charming with a little bit of gangsta, like a little, his whole face is tatted up.
Like, what is charming about, what is Prince like? What is charming about him?
I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. So she's like, "Oh my God, like you're sexier in person." Oh my God. She's acting super goofy. And then she goes, "You want me to act normal, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, that'd be great."
Do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's not. No, this is her normal, I think.
So the talking head, he goes, "Yeah, she looks different than her photos. Like she's thick, but she looked good, but she's a little too over the top and animated for me." I
mean, his analysis of her has been spot on thus far. Like True. She is being over the top. She does look different from her pictures. She does look thicker like we've seen a lot of the pictures that she sent him and nothing is like current.
True.
I'll say. Yeah.
So she shows him she's got the roses, the balloons. And so he kind of lays on the bed and she tells him, "Oh, wow, you're sexier than Chris Brown."
Say what now? Huh?
Chris Brown.
Where?
Why are we, what?
Why are we even comparing
Chris Brown?
What is wrong with her?
I don't know.
There's a lot. When she said that, I was like, now she just fucked up. Like if anybody had been on her side, she lost whoever that was when she said that. Like
it would have been like, "You're hotter than Kanye." Huh? What? Who?
What? Him? Where? What? Is there someone else in the room? Him? Looking like a fucking spaghetti noodle right there. A dry spaghetti noodle with tattoos all over him.
But why, of all people, Chris Brown?
I don't know. Why did that pop in her head? Well, why did she say it?
So she goes, "Oh God," I'm so excited. My nose is running. And then she goes, "Everything is leaking."
Okay. You know what? Vomitrocious. Like that didn't even turn him on.
No, he just looked at her and she goes, "You know what we should do? Let's go get in the pool. Let's go get in the pool." And he goes, "Nah, we're not going to do it. I can't swim." And she goes, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, let's just chill. Let's just kick it." And then he's like, "Yeah, she's too much. She's quirky. She's weird. She's doing too much." Yeah.
She's so like overly excited. Like she cannot play it cool. Like
No.
she's losing it right now. Like it's like she just met a celebrity.
Yes.
Who she's always wanted to meet.
And they're like in her room laying on her bed, not even like at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, she's acting like a 13-year-old girl who has met her celebrity crush right now because she's like, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
And I think she feels like he's not interested. Maybe because he keeps looking at his phone.
Because he's not interested.
Not at all.
So then he goes, why don't we just chill? Why don't we just chill? We'll just like chill and vibe. We'll just vibe. And he goes, listen, I'm trying to chill here. Don't get any wrong ideas. And she goes, what? He goes, yeah, I'm just trying to like chill and talk to you. Don't get any wrong ideas. And she goes, are you sure you really want to be with me? And he goes, be with you? And she goes, because we're in a relationship? And he goes, who said that?
Awkward.
He said, who said that? He goes, no, we are not in a relationship. And she's like, what? And she storms off to the vending machine. What? So he's like,
why not kick the felon out of your hotel room? Why the hell are you leaving your hotel room with no key?
This whole thing was so hilarious. So he goes, I don't know. She had the wrong idea. And then she pulls a Stassi from Vanderpump Rules. She goes, he's ruining my fucking birthday. It's my fucking birthday. I've waited all day. He can't even swim. I should push him in a lake. We're not in a relationship. Are you serious? Are you serious? He's making me seem like some crazy bitch who's obsessed with him, who like gets my name tattooed on him or something.
Well, that is exactly, before he even said a word, that's what we thought about you, that you were some crazy, obsessed chick who went and got this dude's name tattooed. That is what you have been giving us.
She has like a picture of a sleeping baby, her child's name, then Julius, and then a heartbeat next to her child's name.
Yeah, that is so disrespectful to the child. Like, I don't know if that was like her child's name. Is that a baby that passed away?
I don't know. Because it's like a little sleeping, because her tattoos don't make a lot of sense, right?
They don't.
It's like Winnie the Pooh over here, then a little sleeping baby, then her child's name, one of the ashes, then it's connected, Julius, and that's connected to like a heartbeat, like a heart monitor thing.
Yeah, it's like every time a tattoo parlor is running like a $25 special, she runs and gets a tattoo.
You're right.
And like that's why they just look.
Yeah, we're training some people. Do you have some space?
Yeah. She's like, I've got time. I got $25. Yeah.
So in the talking head, she's like, he's acting like we never had anything. He's cocky. He's rude. He's disrespectful. And he's a fucking liar. He's a liar. And then she shows a text that he sent her 2 weeks before he got out. And the date of that was June 23rd, 2024. And it says from him, baby, I fell asleep on some dorky shit. No, I'm definitely not acting weird. I love you so much. I hope you know that I'm going to be that man you need me to be when I come home, bae, for real.
Well, I'm sorry. If someone calls me bae and then types out FR instead of the word for real, I'm just going to think maybe this person is bullshitting me. Maybe they're not as, honest about that. Perhaps this is Joe talk right here, and it was, he even admits it.
Yeah. And I got to tell you that we've seen a bunch of other posts of text messages that she did or somebody did. And you literally have to be like hooked on phonics to be able to read. It is all phonetically spelled out.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of FR, BAE, FK. You're like, does that mean fuck? Does that mean,
Yes,
I mean,
yeah. I still have to think about it when I see it. I'm like, wait, does that mean? Because someone wrote something out the other day. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And I finally, after like 10 minutes, I figured out what it was. I'm like, just spell the damn word.
Come on,
please.
We can't figure this shit out.
We really are. Yeah.
So she goes back to the room and knocks on her own door.
I know.
It's like, this is your room, ma'am. She knocks on her door. And she yells, it's like, you're not going to embarrass me. You're a fucking liar. And all my friends were right about you. And he just stands there and he goes, I'm just trying to tell you the reality, which is we are not in a relationship. I was hoping we could like kick it and keep it cordial. I was trying to test out your character, but you built this fantasy in your head, Ashley. We ain't never met. Now that's true. But
to feel to say from a person who just got out of prison tells you I was trying to test your character? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And then
He really the audacity.
He's just standing there and she goes, "Are you leaving? But are you going to stay the night?" And he's like, so he goes, "Let's just sit over here and talk." So they go over there to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "I'm about to put a spell on you and curse your ass out. You're the biggest liar there is." And he's like, "Okay." And he
Security.
And he says, "Here's what you need to understand. What did you do for me when I was locked up?" And she goes, "Nothing. I didn't send you a dime because you was using bitches." And he goes, "Exactly. So why are you acting like I owe you something, like I owe you my loyalty? You ain't never did shit for me." And she goes, "You ain't did shit for me." And he goes, "I'm in jail. I'm the catch."
Okay,
Dead.
wait.
It's dead. Dead.
I was with him.
Yeah.
I was with him when he said I was in prison. So yes, of course, I can't do anything for you while I'm in prison. But then he said he was the catch.
He's the catch because I'm in prison.
Okay. All right. So if you're looking for the catch, ladies, he's in prison somewhere.
The guy for you.
The catch is in prison.
Don't look at the grocery store. Don't look at church. Don't go to bars. Don't look on Tinder. Just goes right directly to a prisoner.
Yep. So
she laughs. And then she says, "So just go ahead and tell me the truth. Is there another person?" And he goes, yeah. And yeah. And she goes, "Were you with her yesterday?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "But I felt like I owed it to you to come and see you." And she goes, "Well, you just said you didn't owe me anything. You're a fucking idiot." And then she continues to call him like a piece of shit and say he's stupid or whatever. And then she goes, "And you can't even swim. What happens if we go to the fucking beach?"
Well,
it was funny.
You could, I don't know, walk on the beach, sit underneath an umbrella.
She glommed onto that "you can't swim" and was like,
she can't let it go.
Mm-mm.
Like she cannot let it fucking go. Like,
oh God,
I guess there's like nothing else she can say, but you still can't swim.
And you don't even look like Chris Brown. All right.
This was a lot. Like
it was a intense like 7 minutes.
It really, it was intense. Even though nothing that they said was intense. Does that make sense to me?
She has intense energy. Yeah.
It was a lot. I'm sure that was like an overload for him. I mean, one day out of prison and then that.
Yeah.
Plus that wig. And the jerky breath that I'm sure she has.
The jerky breath, I can't.
That's a lot.
She says, well, he's just a fake motherfucker. And again, leaves her own room. Again, she walks out of her room.
I don't care how fucking uncomfortable someone has made me in my own room. I'm not leaving my own goddamn room.
So funny. Like, she keeps leaving. Yeah.
Without the key.
Without the key. He's like, I have to knock again. So the talking head, he says, well, I feel bad because maybe I let her on a little bit, but
you did.
He said, but it had to be said for her to understand. And at the end of the jail, when you're in jail, it's all entertainment.
Yes.
That's awful to say out loud, but it's true.
But it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we say it every week. They're like, why are these women like literally? I think one dude like wrote down all the things to say to these women and they just keep passing it along to other prisoners. Like, look, you don't even think about it. Here's what you tell them. Here's what you tell them. And these bitches keep falling for this shit.
And she never even sent him any money. So you have to wonder if he did have other people sending him money.
Well, that's what she said.
What's he telling them, I
don't know, but he must. I mean, he's a good looking guy. So I'm sure he did have sugar mamas sending him money.
Yes.
There's no way that he did, especially since we know his family wasn't sending him anything.
Well, I mean, he has all those face tattoos, but I got to tell you, there was nothing like this guy with face tattoos I saw this morning when Dave and I were standing in line to get coffee. When I tell you the whole face was tatted and some of it was like big square bars on his face, like up here was some words across the forehead, like over here on the side was like this huge bar. And it was it was under the eyes. It was the nose, everything. It was wild.
Why?
And he was walking around with like a regular looking girl at the Paris Hotel where we were getting our fucking coffee that took 30 minutes. Yeah.
You know what I have found? That people that are like that are usually the kindest people.
We have had some people on the show that we have judged by their facial tattoos, and they turned out to be nice.
Yeah, I mean, in life, I have met people that like are so tattooed up. You're like, this is a god awful person, and then you see them with like a pug puppy.
I just think when you tattoo your whole face, then there's something. I don't know if you can hear the
There's
fountains
just something.
going. Can you hear the fountains? Listen. Can you hear it?
Mm-mm. I heard
It's Whitney Houston singing the Star Spangled Banner, and all the fountains are going. It's so loud. I don't know. All right. Sidebar. That was a sidebar. Okay. And I'm whispering like I'm on NPR. Are y'all like me and you have a million pictures in your phone that no one's ever going to see? Or maybe you just send this great picture, to your friend or your spouse. That's me. I have a million pictures in my phone of my dogs or the beach or maybe Florian from 90 Day. I don't know. But I have all these pictures, and then I have this big space in my basement where I want to make a gallery wall. But I always was like, no, it's too much. You have to measure, you have to move, you have to punch 1,000 holes in your wall to make it look right. But now there's this product called Mix Tiles. You guys, it's incredible. You put this magnet on the wall that doesn't damage the wall. You can pull it right off. And then you stick the Mix Tiles framed picture on top of it. And then you can move it around all however you want. So you can make this gorgeous gallery wall that you would see on Instagram or something, but you've done it in your house. That is what I have done. You guys won't believe these amazing pictures I got. I can't wait to take a picture of my gallery wall to show you. I got tons of little ones from Mix Tiles that are all the same size that I'm going to put in a big square. And then I got a bunch of other ones that were tall and rectangular. I got all of mine in black frames with a very thin white mat, but you could do whatever you want. They have all different size that you could put the picture in a different kind of frame. You could do like a thick white frame or a big mat or a tiny mat or no mat at all. So many choices. At first I was kind of overwhelmed, but then I played around with it. And I was like, this is going to look incredible. It came in these like perfectly packed boxes. So everything was protected. So you guys really need to go and check this out. Mix Tiles. It is amazing. And again, it doesn't damage your wall. So if it's not exactly where you want it, you just move it around. It's amazing. And these are the easiest way to frame and hang your photos. They turn your memories into meaningful art. And again, you can have just a tiny little gallery wall or make a huge one. So turn your favorite memories into stunning, affordable wall art. For a limited time, our listeners get 35% off on all orders above $139. Head over to Mix Tiles, MIXTILES, mixtiles.com. Use code PINKSHADE and you're all set. That's it. Just use code PINKSHADE at mixtiles.com. And after you buy, do us a favor. When they ask you, hey, where did you hear about Mix Tiles? Make sure to say Pink Shade sent you. Y'all, I love bread. And with Hero Bread, I can focus on my health goals and still indulge in the soft, fluffy experience that you love with bread, guilt-free. I love a bagel and cream cheese for breakfast. Oh, I love a bagel and cream cheese with the side of bacon and eggs. I mean, that's a big breakfast, but these bagels have ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and high in fiber. I love a high fiber breakfast to really get me through my day, especially when I'm recording through my lunchtime. If I've got that bagel, bacon and eggs, you guys, I'm good to go. I can make it to like 3:00, really. Now, Hero Bread makes these bagels that I love, but they also make sliced bread loaves, tortillas, and dinner rolls. So you can have them for your taco night, just your regular dinner, whatever. They've got all sorts of products. And I know you might be thinking like, okay, this bread that is so healthy for you cannot be tasty. But my gosh, you guys, it is so good. It is fluffy. It is delicious. No compromises, just great flavor, ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and high in fiber. Win, 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 win. And they have these monthly small batch drops of indulgent favorites like the popular 2-gram net carb Hero Croissant. That is going to be in my next order. So Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code PINKSHADE at checkout. Okay. That's PINKSHADE at checkout, but you've got to go to hero.co and use code PINKSHADE at checkout for 10% off your order. And let me know what you order and how much you love it. Okay. All right. Let's go over to Will and Courtney.
Got it.
In the car, she's like, oh my God, look at my makeup. Makeup in prison is terrible. No one told me my eyelashes were throwing up gang signs. That was
They
funny.
were Blood and Crips.
She's like, I'm so happy to be out in the sunshine and seeing the trees. Everything is so cute. And talking head, he says, I'm more ready than ever to propose. And I'm hoping marriage will expedite, the interstate compact situation. And they're looking at the holiday decorations. He's like, I can't believe you're out in time for the holidays. And she's saying she hadn't spent a holiday with her mom in forever.
That's crazy.
And her talking head, she says, I grew up with a single mom. My mom and I always butted heads. And then I was an addict, so I was selfish. I've hurt my mom. I've broke her trust. And I'm pretty nervous because I have to tell her something and I have to be the one to tell her. All right.
Uh-huh.
Always a secret. So they get out of the car and she goes, so listen, you can hear that.
Mm-mm.
There is no way you can't hear that. It literally sounds like a helicopter is about to land on this balcony.
I hear a little something barely, and it's only because I'm listening hard.
It is wild. Okay, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop. It's annoying. Okay. It's just shocking because it's like, boom. I mean, have you seen the Bellagio fountains, how they do the water show? And it's so loud. And it is, I feel like I could reach my arm out and touch it. It is so loud. But it's okay. Maybe they'll go into a chiller song. Okay.
No.
All right.
No. If you had said nothing, and I was listening hard, I'm like, okay, I kind of hear a little something.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to quit mentioning it then. I'm sure it's annoying. All right. So back to her talking about her mom. So she tells her mom when they get out of the car, she goes, I haven't taken care of some of my warrants in Washington. So that's why I'm not going to parole to your house in Washington because they can come and get me. And so when I walk into this building, they could arrest me and I could be sent to Washington for my outstanding warrants. And then the mom just looks at Will and he goes, yeah, she told me, but she wanted to tell you herself. So she goes into the parole office and acts like she's all worried, but we're seeing her in a talking head. So we know she's not in jail.
Right. Exactly.
She looks great in that talking head and that blue.
That blue looks
top.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now it's been an hour and Will and Susie are walking around bonding and she calls and was like, nothing happened. So, here I come. So she comes out and to hug them. She hugs Will and she says, the warrants are non-extraditable. So I just have to take care of them on my own at some point. She goes, so I'm never going back to Washington unless I want to go to prison.
Yeah. How about just take care of the warrants?
Take care of the warrants, pay the fines, whatever it is. Yeah.
So you can go visit your mom, but I don't think she has that much interest in visiting her mom. That is a weird dynamic right there. And this is her mom's only kid.
It's tense. It's tense. And I feel bad for mom. I feel bad for mom.
Me too.
So in the car, Courtney is yelling in front of her mom, I want pizza and I want penis and I want it now. And mom just kind of rolls her eyes like, oh my God.
Because she knows her child. I don't think she's shocked at all by her talking like this.
And of course, Will's like, I can do that for you. So
that's what made it super gross is him co-signing it.
Yeah. He's like, okay, babe.
Yeah. Instead shh, we'll talk about that later.
And then that's when he's like, I love the mom and everything, but she needs to Courtney says, I love my mom and everything, but she needs to kick rocks and get out of here. I'm trying to get some time with my man. So maybe she does.
Never mind. Him. I haven't seen. She seems to like him. She just seems to not like her mom. So it is a very weird thing.
So they pull up to this big Christmas tree and she's like, why are we here? I don't want to get out. And he goes, you got to come see this tree. And she goes, can we go home and shower and then come back? And he goes, no, we should go look at it right now. Mm-hmm. So she's bitching. She's like, it's raining. Why don't we just come look at it later? And he gets down on one knee and she looks stunned about it. And she says yes. And she kisses him. And if that was a real ring, Keisha, that would be like a 4-carat diamond. So I don't think it's real because it was very big. It was very big.
It was very big. I was like, well, he did good if that's real. I mean, even if it's fake, he still did good. It's a nice looking ring.
It's a nice looking ring. So she's very happy. She cries. And talking head Susie, the mom, goes, yeah, I'm pissed. This is stupid.
Yeah.
I hope to get to talk to Courtney about this, but I'm leaving tomorrow. So I don't know if I will. Also, Courtney's not going to listen to you. So who cares?
I was just about to say that would be a wasted conversation. Courtney is literally barely talking to you at all.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to, sit down for a heart to heart with you. It's just not going to happen.
She's screaming she wants peanuts in the car with her mother. So, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, she said peanuts and pizza.
Okay. Well, and she didn't say which she wanted more. So
she wanted double P.
Double P.
Yes.
So when the talking head, the producer asked Courtney, do you want to be with Will for the rest of your life? And she goes, I don't know. We'll see. I'm open-minded.
I mean, that's what I said on my wedding day too.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
I was like, have romantic. Every day I get up, I go, well, we'll see.
I'm open-minded. We'll see what can happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, let's go to Kiana and Demadrick. The halfway house release day. So he must have gotten a job. We didn't find out, but he must have gotten a job. He's been there for 2 weeks. She's laying out like lacy underwear on the bed with like some flower petals or whatever, like they always do. And
why do they think that men find flower petals to be so hot and sexy and romantic? They don't.
They don't care. They're like, this is a mess. Somebody's going to clean up later.
It? Yeah. And that's the way that I look. I'm like, who's going to clean that shit up? Like, I don't understand why the girls are always like, I bet this guy who has been in prison 6 years, hasn't had any pussy nor pizza. I'm really going to get him with these rose petals right here. This is really going to take it over the top. Like he's going to lose his mind when he sees the That's so stupid.
That's right. That's right. It's 9 out of 10 couples will do this. They will put the man or the woman with the rose petals on the bed. Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either. So he's been there for 2 weeks and he leaves the halfway house and they run up to each other and they hug and they kiss. And the talking head, he says, it feels great because now I can like move on. I can start this new life with Kiana.
Yeah.
He's driving. Now, I paused and looked, but it appears, so he's wearing a gold chain that I guess she must have brought him. It appears to have a gun on it.
I mean, why would that surprise you?
Because he's in prison on a gun charge and he's trying to turn his life around.
This is to remind him of the thug life that he's leaving behind, Mary Payne.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay. If you say so. So
we're going to go with that.
We're going to go with that. Yeah. So Kiana says, I'm nervous about what happens next because I don't want to deal, at the barbecue with his sister because his sister is friends with Joella. I can't remember the sister's name.
Beatrice.
That's right, because we loved it so much.
But it's not Beatrice, it's Beatrice.
It's like Beatrice.
There was like no A or something like that. Yeah.
But Beatrice is such a cute name, but you're right. It's not Beatrice. It's Beatrice.
I think it's Beatrice or Beatrice or something like that. We've yet to hear someone actually say her name.
That's true. So
it could be fucking Beatrice. Like who knows how it's pronounced? Beatrice.
Beatrice. So Demadrick and Kiana arrive at his dad's house for the barbecue. And he's like, I'm really looking forward to seeing my family and my friends and my children. And we see photos of 4 of his kids. Okay. So we're piecing it together that Joella has 3 of the 6. Okay. We see photos of 4. Where are the children?
So, and here's also another thing. I don't know if you noticed that every time Kiana talks about Joella, she always says he cheated on me twice with Joella. But he has 3 kids with Joella. So did they break up and he got her pregnant one of the times and the other 2 times he cheated on her?
Could be. He's got some very powerful sperm, this guy. Like
he's got the egg touching dick. Like soon as he gets in there, you're pregnant. That's it. He goes straight up there.
He needs to be a sperm donor because he's got powerful shit. So he's talking to his dad, and his dad says, do you remember you told me one time when I came home, I was different. And now you understand, but you can't let it beat you down. And you look like a man, so you need to walk like a man now. And the talking head, Demadrick says, my dad went to prison and that had a big effect on me. And I told somebody at school that my dad smoked weed. And after that, my dad got raided. So I felt like it was my fault. And it took a toll on me. And he said, but I'm going to break this generational curse so it won't happen to my kids. So I wonder if his dad was like a big weed dealer or something.
Maybe. I don't know. But his dad cracks me up
I love the guy.
Because he is like every stereotypical older black dad. Oh, I say Keanu trying to look cute today. Like he's got sideline commentary. Oh, I see your hair. Oh, she cuter than you. Like all them. Like that reminds me of my dad so much with like this fucking commentary over here that no one's paying attention to. Like his dad is constantly in the background saying like snippets of shit. I'm like, that is like,
and he's very into the barbecue. Very.
Yeah. Yes,
so
very much so.
Funny.
That's his jam.
So now Kiana is in the kitchen with Teresa, who is Demadrick's stepmother. And she seems to be like her. She seems to be like team Kiana.
Right?
Yeah. So she is, she's like, oh, taste this. Tell me if you think it's good or whatever, it's ready. And Teresa says, now listen, Juela said she's coming by today. I don't know what she will do or what she will say, but you need to be prepared for it. So Kiana's like, what? You know?
Well, I'm glad she forewarned her, because can you imagine her just pulling up and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I thought, because she says later, I thought she was just going to be an Uber driver. I thought she was going to drop the kids off, but no, she's staying. Like she's a member of the family.
So, okay. On one side, I can understand her coming with the kids because they don't really know their dad all that much. But then I think about, he hasn't been locked up that long. And I'm assuming that the kids have gone over there to visit their grandparents.
It seems like the kids have a good relationship with the grandparents, it seems.
So she could have just dropped them off.
Yeah. But I don't know, like, how old the little one is to just drop them off.
Well, she didn't bring them.
I won't say right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Juela arrives and Demadrick Jr. is there, and also his stepson, Sia. Now I'm thinking
That's the fourth.
I'm thinking Sia is his stepson, but it says stepson, but they were never married. So it's not actually his stepson. But I do wonder if Juela had Sia before, and then Demadrick said, okay, now he's my kid too. And then they had Demadrick Jr. and Kyrie. So he only actually had two kids with Juela, but he considers Sia his kid.
Okay.
Now that still counts for 3, and we don't know about the other 3. Still don't know where those other 3 children are. So anyway, there's Sia, the stepson, who's 8, Demadrick Jr., who's 5, and they're going, where's Kyrie? Where's Kyrie? And she goes, I just left him. He was with my mama since yesterday. And Dad goes, we never get to see Kyrie. Why didn't you bring Kyrie over here?
Yeah, the stepmom was pretty pissed off about that. And rightfully so. Like, why would you bring the kid who barely...
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you bring that kid?
The one that needs to meet him the most.
Yeah. I think she's up to something.
I think Kyrie maybe is not his kid. That's what I think.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. So in the talking head, Demadrick says, Kyrie was 4 months when I went to prison, and I've only ever seen him on video call. And I hope she did not bring him to try to manipulate me. Well, of course she did.
She did.
Yeah. So you'll have to see her again so you can see the baby.
So you can see the baby. Yep.
So we see Kiana introduce her friend Misha, who's there. And then we see Juela walk up to Demadrick, and he's like, hey, baby mama, and hugs her. And then Teresa walks up, and I kind of thought she was kidding, but she wasn't.
No.
She walks up to Juela and goes, why didn't you bring Kyrie? Now, you know that this man has not seen his son. Why did you not bring Kyrie?
Yeah.
And she goes, well, he was with my mom and I didn't want to. She goes, no, you know that makes no sense. You know that makes no sense for you not to bring him. And Kyrie is his son. And why would you bring the other 2 and not Kyrie? And she's just kind of bawling her out. And I was like, all right, Teresa, I like it.
I mean, I like it. Like, because she was absolutely right. That just makes zero sense. Especially it makes zero sense if the older kid is not even his kid.
Right. His stepson, which I'm sorry to keep harping on that, but if they were never
They're not married.
This is not his stepson. This is a kid, maybe he's like informally adopted because he felt like that was his kid, but I don't know. They didn't even put stepson in quotes. Okay. So in the talking head, Juela says, yeah, of course. I want us to be a family again. And Kiana comes up and she's being snarky and she's like super pissed and kind of stomping around. And then the talking head, Beatrice says, it's tense. It's tense because this is the first time Kiana and Juela are really together. Like, it's tense.
Right.
Y'all, I love bread. And with Hero Bread, I can focus on my health goals and still indulge in the soft, fluffy experience that you love with bread, guilt free. I love a bagel and cream cheese for breakfast. Oh, I love a bagel and cream cheese with the side of bacon and eggs. I mean, that's a big breakfast, but these bagels have ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and high in fiber. I love a high fiber breakfast to really get me through my day, especially when I'm recording through my lunchtime. If I've got that bagel, bacon and eggs. You guys, I'm good to go. I can make it to like 3 o'clock, really. Now, Hero Bread makes these bagels that I love, but they also make sliced bread loaves, tortillas, and dinner rolls. So you can have them for your taco night, just your regular dinner, whatever. They've got all sorts of products. And I know you might be thinking, like, okay, this bread that is so healthy for you cannot be tasty. But my gosh, you guys, it is so good. It is fluffy. It is delicious. No compromises, just great flavor, ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and high in fiber. Win, 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 win. And they have these monthly small batch drops of indulgent favorites like the popular 2 gram net carb Hero croissant. That is going to be in my next order. So Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code PinkShade at checkout. Okay. That's PinkShade at checkout, but you've got to go to hero.co and use code PinkShade at checkout for 10% off your order. And let me know what you order and how much you love it. Are y'all like me and you have a million pictures in your phone that no one's ever going to see? Or maybe you just send this great picture, to your friend or your spouse. That's me. I have a million pictures in my phone of my dogs or the beach or maybe Florian from 90 Day. I don't know. But I have all these pictures, and then I have this big space in my basement where I want to make a gallery wall. But I always was like, no, it's too much. You have to measure, you have to move, you have to punch 1,000 holes in your wall to make it look right. But now there's this product called Mix Tiles. You guys, it's incredible. You put this magnet on the wall that doesn't damage the wall. You can pull it right off. And then you stick the Mix Tiles framed picture on top of it. And then you can move it around all however you want. So you can make this gorgeous gallery wall that you would see on Instagram or something, but you've done it in your house. That is what I have done. You guys won't believe these amazing pictures I got. I can't wait to take a picture of my gallery wall to show you. I got tons of little ones from Mix Tiles that are all the same size that I'm going to put in a big square. And then I got a bunch of other ones that were tall and rectangular. I got all of mine in black frames with a very thin white mat, but you could do whatever you want. They have all different size that you could put the picture in a different kind of frame. You could do like a thick white frame or a big mat or a tiny mat or no mat at all. So many choices. At first I was kind of overwhelmed, but then I played around with it. And I was like, this is going to look incredible. It came in these like perfectly packed boxes. So everything was protected. So you guys really need to go and check this out. Mix Tiles. It is amazing. And again, it doesn't damage your wall. So if it's not exactly where you want it, you just move it around. It's amazing. And these are the easiest way to frame and hang your photos. They turn your memories into meaningful art. And again, you can have just a tiny little gallery wall or make a huge one. So turn your favorite memories into stunning, affordable wall art. For a limited time, our listeners get 35% off on all orders above $139. Head over to Mix Tiles, Mixtiles, mixtiles.com. Use code PinkShade and you're all set. That's it. Just use code PinkShade at mixtiles.com. And after you buy, do us a favor. When they ask you, hey, where did you hear about Mix Tiles? Make sure to say Pink Shade sent you. So Kiana's like storming off all mad, talking to her friend, and Demadra goes up and trying to talk to her. And he was like, I am talking to her about kid stuff. And she goes, didn't sound like kid stuff. Didn't sound like kid stuff.
And she's like, the kids are over there. Are they good? Do they need a drink? That's what you should be worried about over there. Go cater to your kids. And she's right.
And he goes, look, if she wants to come to my dad's house with the kids, like, it's okay. She's not doing anything to you. I don't know why you're mad. And she's like, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
First of all, he didn't even tell her that she was going to be there.
Right.
That was his first mistake. And no, I don't think y'all need to have like a sideline conversation over there. And man,
she's like, you gonna get some potato salad? Oh yeah, these ribs are good. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
No, that are the kids. Do they need a plate? Do they need a Capri Sun? Do they have on sunscreen? Do they have their floaties that they bring their swimmer's trunks? There's a little baby pool over there. Those are the only things that they need to be talking about. Yeah,
Totally.
But then again, we wouldn't have a show. So there you go.
Also a good point. So that's the end of them. So now we're going to go to Brooke and JK. Now,
this was intense.
We are wrong in that we have seen that those two are not together anymore. Now, we just saw a picture, and I sent it to you, that somebody posted of JK with like his sister and his mom. And you were like, wow.
His new girlfriend.
And you were like, wow, he looks so much better. Well,
he does.
I was like, is that an old picture? Or does he just look that much better?
He looked better. He looked healthier. He had put on weight.
Yeah, it looked like maybe he fixed his mouth hole.
It kind of did look like that, but I'm like, how could he afford to do that? But I was thinking the same thing.
Well, it's like Louis. I mean, you can't get the dentures and it won't be quite as much.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like new money on that picture.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I mean, new money that's been like balled up, in a back pocket, and you jumped in a lake with it on, and you got to kind of bring it home and unfold it, and it kind of stinks and it's stained, and someone wrote their name on it in red ink. That kind of new money.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now I'm with you. So she goes into the parole office to find out what happened, because last week that's where we left it off.
I heard that.
Okay. That was a motorcycle just going by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're on the 64th floor or whatever. Like, I mean, we are the top floor of this building, and you can still hear that shit. Okay.
Now, so my dumbass almost said 64th floor. Really?
I mean, maybe it's like the 12th floor, but it says 64. I don't know.
Y'all are up high.
We're at the highest of this place. And if that's 20 floors, all I know is we're on the top corner of this building, and it is loud as shit. So she goes into the parole office to find out what happened to him. And she comes back and says, I ain't going in there. There's a whole bunch of people in there, and I'm scared.
Not Miss Brooke.
What is she scared of? She's scared to go up to the desk.
Are you scared they're going to arrest you? Like, why are you scared?
Right.
You are a free person just asking a question.
I'm scared. There's a whole bunch of people in there. I'm scared.
That lets you know she's all fucking talk with this whole Billy badass attitude that she has. It ain't real.
So another hour goes by, and he finally comes out, and he says, oh, I'm so excited. Like, I got a new curfew. So now I'm 7 p.m. for all 7 days. So he doesn't have to be home at 5 or whatever. And so now they're going to drive an hour to see his grandma, Mimi, and see her kids. And she's like, I'm thinking, like, we got to drive an hour. We got to see Mimi. We got to drive back. We've got to be back by 7. Like, I don't think we're going to make it, because, we were sitting there for 3 hours at the parole office. And he goes, listen, I didn't get the time with my grandfather, and he died. And so I want to get all the time I can with Mimi. So they drive up.
Understandably so.
Yeah, I get it. He loves grandma. So they drive up, and she's made a banner for him. And this looks like a very nice camper that no one lives in. It does.
Yeah.
No one lives there.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, there's not even like a glass on the table for some water, like nothing.
It looks pretty new.
Brand new.
Well, yeah, it did.
So he tells Brooke to sit outside in the shade so he can see her, which I thought was fine. He went to see her by himself.
It was fucking hot out there.
Well, it is Texas in the summer, so.
Yeah, and we don't sit outside just to sit outside. That is like a criminal act right there, for just sit outside and wait. What? No.
Well, I can understand he wanted to have like 5 minutes alone with her.
I do.
Yeah.
She could have sat in our car.
Well, that's true. That's her fault.
Yeah, she chose not to.
So he's talking to Mimi, and she's like, oh, I'm so glad to see you and everything. And she goes, now what happened with Alex? Because, like, I guess the whole family fucking knew Alex. And JK says, Mimi, what happened with Alex was she was seeing other men. And I thought it was only me. Like, she sold me a dream, and I bought it. And Mimi's like, yeah, I guess so. So everybody loves Alex. Everybody.
Clearly. I mean, to me, Alex didn't really fuck up. I mean, your man's in prison. I mean, you're not in a...
Remember, though, he's the catch. He's the catch. He's in prison. Remember? That's what we learned from Julius.
Well, he caught that hook with his teeth, and because his teeth are all fucked up.
Now you see how respectful I'm being. I'm not talking about Mimi's teeth. Okay.
It runs in the family.
Mm-hmm. So in the talking head, Mimi says, JK has a really good heart. He really does, but he doesn't make good decisions. So we see Brooke outside on the phone. She's bitching to her mother about he left me out here in the sun. He's in there talking to his grandma, blah, blah. And she probably was sitting out there for an hour because you know how production makes it look like it was 5 minutes, but it's probably an hour.
Well, 5 minutes in the Texas summer is like 12 hours long.
It is.
I mean.
So JK comes out with Mimi, and Brooke has gotten her a gift that says Mimi things, not Mimi apostrophe S things, just Mimi things. And so Mimi, it's like a little tote bag. And Mimi goes, well, this is cute. Mimi's things. I was like, well, that's not what it says.
That's not what it says. But did you see all that sweat on the back of Brooke's shirt when she stood up?
No, is she dripping?
Oh, it was drenched.
Ugh.
Yeah, I would have been pissed. Well, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, well, her air conditioner works in her car. She could have sat in her car.
Yeah, I would have sat in my car.
So talking head, Mimi goes, look, I can really read people, and I have a bad feeling about Brooke. And I feel like,
we all do.
And with Brooke, I don't think I can trust her. Well, you can't trust Alex either, apparently.
Well, I mean, we can trust her, just not around Dick.
Then a truck drives up, and it's his cousin, John. And I'm happy to report that John has all his teeth.
Woo! All
Yay.
right.
Yay.
Good job, John. Good job.
Talking head, John says, look, I've been to jail too. Okay. And he says, I know it's very important for JK to stay on the straight and narrow, and I'm going to be the one here for him to hold him accountable and everything. So JK is like, oh, I'm going to walk over here and talk with my cousin. You just sit out here and sweat with Mimi a little bit more.
Yeah.
So they walk off to talk, and he's like, give me your phone, but I'm going to turn my head this way and that way. But give me your phone. I got to make a call. He has to call Alex because there's going to be a welcome home party for him, and he wants to make sure Alex does not try to come to the party.
Yeah.
So he calls her, and he's like, hey, how's it going? He goes, look, don't come to the party.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay, great. I won't come to the party. He goes, I don't need this drama at my mother's house. And if you need me, you just message my cousin John. You've got his number now. I was like, oh, this is some shady shit right here.
Yeah, you can't come to the party, but I can come get that pussy later on tonight.
I hate that word, Keisha.
Punani. You hate all the words for the, what do you want to call it? Box? You hate all the words for it. What does not John, but what does Dave say when he's hitting it? What does he say what is Dave?
Do you think he's saying the P word to me?
What does he say?
Nothing.
That is a lie.
Nothing. It's self-evident what's happening. You don't have to name the body parts.
He doesn't call it anything or say, give me some of that.
No.
You are lying.
I am not lying. No.
So everyone just calls it that thing in your household.
You don't need to call it anything. You don't walk around talking about your nose. You don't have to go around talking about your body parts.
But when you do, what word do you use?
No word. There's no word. This is a sidebar. I'm going to have to cut it all out. No, I don't want to talk about this. No, we don't call it anything. I don't understand.
Okay. So it's kind of like in Harry Potter where no one says Voldemort's name. I got it. So I'm just going to say Voldemort. I'm just going to say Voldemort every time I want to say vagina or something like that. That's what we're going to call it from here on out.
Oh my God.
Got it. That is hilarious.
Oh, you made me cry again, Keisha. Oh my God.
Because it's fucking funny. And I'm looking at you like she's joking, right? At some moment, she's going to say, I'm totally kidding. We called it Meredith. That's what we call it in my house. The Meredith. And this is I cannot believe a whole household just does not ever say that body part. That is so odd to me. I don't know. I was like, you're like nothing. We call it nothing. I'm like, okay, she's shitting me right now. So she's going to say, we call it the Meredith in our house.
What? No.
I don't know. That's better than calling it nothing.
Do you walk around talking about your left shoulder? Does your left shoulder have a name? No, it's a body part. You don't go around talking about it. No. We got to go back to JK and his cute cousin John. That's right.
Can I slurp this? Because I think this is a moment.
Oh my God. Okay, guys, that was a total sidebar in the middle of these dummies. Okay, so back to JK and Alex. Okay. So the talking head, he tells us, I do have secrets from Brooke. Like I have talked to Alex in the last month, and I respect Alex as my friend and for being there for me. You know, my mom had a heart attack, and Alex was the one who visited my mom in the hospital and went and took care of her house and cleaned up her house.
Wow.
She didn't do a good job of it.
Well, and what was Martha doing? Or Marla, whatever her name is.
What was her? Oh, Marla. Marla. She was busy running the hospital supply store out of her bedroom. She was busy.
Kidding. And giving thumbs up. Like I would never get that visual out of my head of her giving a thumbs up to JK and Brooke going in the room. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was gross.
So isn't that funny that when you do the thumbs up on here, it doesn't like do it, but there it goes. When you don't want it, it'll show up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so boy, we're way off track. Okay, so talk about Alex. Okay, so he respects Alex, for being the friend. She cleaned up the mom's house, which still looks like a hoarder's house. She didn't clean up all those chips on the side. And by the way, if mom had a heart attack, she didn't need to be eating all those chips. So
no, she doesn't. That is not the heart attack diet.
And he says, if she wouldn't have messed up by sleeping with those other guys, I'd still be with her. And if Brooke found out I was talking to Alex, that would be the end of Brooke. She would be so mad at me. All right. So talking head John says the situation with JK and Alex and Brooke is going to be messy. And Alex slept around on my cousin. So that deems her not okay in my world.
And we're all forgetting about, there's also Bonnie.
Don't forget about Bonnie.
About Bonnie.
They get in the car and she says, it's 5 p.m. already. And remember, he has to be home by 7. And she goes, we still have to go see my boys. And he goes, okay, well, you're dumb because you got the time zone wrong. It's 6 p.m.
It's 6 p.m.
So we actually have to get home. Like, we don't have time.
Yeah.
And she is so mad. It's because you don't understand. Like, I'm a mom. I can't just call them and tell them, hey, I said I was coming, but I'm not. Like, I can't do that. And she yells at him and he gets out of the car and she goes, bye, Felicia. And he says, fuck you, stupid ass fucking bitch. It's like, oh, wow, that escalated.
Well, if you kick me out on the side of the road in a Texas summer heat, you are a stupid ass bitch to me forever and always. That is what you are. So, you heard something?
It sounds like maybe there's a 12 alarm house fire or a 10-car crash right below my window. Because
I can hear it now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can hear it now. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of those two. And feeding yourself is hard enough sometimes, but what about when you have a whole family of mouths to feed? If that sounds familiar, maybe you're at my house because I've got people coming and going and they need different things all the time. And for me, it is time to streamline dinner time with Home Chef. With Home Chef, you can choose from over 35 meals and 18 extras per week, including, and this is the best, kids-themed special meal kits. Home Chef, as you guys know, it delivers fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes conveniently to your doorstep. You can simplify your life with Home Chef. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. Now, I prefer the classic meal kits with the pre-portioned ingredients, but they also have these quick 30-minute recipes. They also have oven ready. Pop it in, microwave even faster. And then they have the dedicated family menu, which will be, if you have little kids or a lot of people with a lot of different tastes, which, is what I find in my house too, even though my children are grown. Home Chef has everything you need for hassle-free, delicious dinners, and it's economical. Home Chef customers save on average $86 per month on groceries. That is a lot of money. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/pinkshade. That is homechef.com/pinkshade for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/pinkshade. Must be an active subscriber to receive the free dessert. All right, guys, let's talk about laundry. I know it's not the most exciting chore. And we've talked about it before. My husband likes to do laundry like 4 or 5 times a week. And I like to get it done on one day. Like today is my day for laundry. And now laundry day might be one of my favorite days of the week because of this Indonesian patchouli laundry detergent from Laundry Sauce. You guys, these little pods are packed with the powerful bioenzymes that tackle stains like a pro. And the scent is next level. It's like a high-end cologne that sticks with you, but like in a good way, not in a bad way. Like if you love the outdoors or like a beachy vibe, you just want that fresh, natural feeling. This scent gives it to you. Like think of Jason Momoa, laid back, adventurous, effortlessly cool. You guys, it is amazing. I love it. I love an Indonesian patchouli. Maybe that's the hippie in me, but I don't know. But the smells are incredible. So if you're all about that outdoorsy, beachy energy, this scent will keep you in that vibe no matter where you are. Are you ready to upgrade your laundry game? Try the Indonesian patchouli from Laundry Sauce. You guys, I have the little pods and then I also have the dryer sheets. Holy cow, you guys. Literally, my husband said, "What are you using on your laundry? It smells so much better than mine." I was like, "Okay, I'll let you use it. You can use my Laundry Sauce." And also, isn't that a great name for a product? So for a limited time only, our listeners are going to get 20% off your entire order when you use code PINKSHADE at laundrysauce.com. That's 20% off your order at laundrysauce.com with promo code PINKSHADE. You guys, it's not just about smelling incredible. It's engineered for performance. And because spring is about fresh starts, you got to revive your fabrics with Laundry Sauce, okay? 20% off laundrysauce.com and use code PINKSHADE. Let's go to Savannah and Bradley. So they're going to this coming home party. His younger sister, Caddy, will be there. So Caddy has a problem with Savannah. And she says, okay, Savannah's like, I don't know why she has a problem with me, but I don't deserve it. Whatever her problem is. His buddies are there, Hunter, Mike, and Desmond. And then his sister, Caddy, arrives. Alyssa is also there. But remember, they're supposed to act like they don't know each other, not talk to each other.
Yeah, exactly. They're not allowed. Like, don't forget, y'all are supposed to talk to each other.
Not supposed to be talking. So Savannah and Alyssa hug, and she walks off. So Caddy asked him, Bradley. Okay, her sister, her older sister, asked Bradley, how are things with Savannah? And he goes, I don't know. I'm feeling like micromanaged. Like she wants to like tell me who I can talk to on the phone. And Caddy goes, yeah, if she acts like that, it could send you into a spiral. And if you're confined, it could bring you all the way back to the shit you used to do. I was like, because she said, get off your texting. What?
Like you're going way too far with like she's not snatching the phone out of his hand saying you can't contact your family or friends.
Right.
She's just asking like, pay attention to me.
Like we're talking. Can you pay attention while we're talking?
Yeah.
So, so Caddy's like, look, I have concerns about Savannah. I'm not the biggest fan of her. And then she's crying to her brother, like, I miss you so much. So in the talking head, Savannah goes, look, the truth is that Caddy and Bradley are best friends. They are best friends. And I'm a little worried about that. So Alyssa says, well, maybe the two of you could talk. Maybe you and Caddy can talk. Caddy is not unreasonable, but she can be intimidating. All right. So Savannah goes up to the bar to talk to Caddy. And Caddy says, look, here's the truth. I'm not the biggest fan of you. Like you and Alyssa are some bullshit and drama together. And which is she's like, my sister's crazy and you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And she goes, with the life I'm building for myself, I don't want that drama around me. And I worry about you bringing all that energy to Bradley and then keeping him in this bubble and then he'll combust. And Savannah goes, I don't have a dungeon in my house. Well, yeah. We don't know.
Well, we don't know. We know Narnia is in your house.
Right. So
maybe
you do have a dungeon.
Perhaps.
She goes, I don't have a dungeon in my house where like he can't get out. And Caddy says, well, okay, you don't have to be a smart ass either. And Savannah goes,
I don't think she was being a smart ass. I think she was being like kind of attacked in a way by his sister.
Yes.
Like,
And she goes, so when she says you don't have to be a smartass, Savannah goes, but can you just tell me how you think I'm confining him? Because, he told me everything is controlled if you're involved, right? Caddy says, he told me you're controlling everything. So Savannah goes, look, at the end of the day, you don't have to like me. but you're making it harder on Bradley if you don't like me. And Caddy says, I just want to see actions and less drama. And Savannah goes, okay, give it time, Talking head, Caddy goes, I'm over it. And, I would never tell him to leave her because it's on him if this goes south. But yeah, I'm over it.
And then she like storms out of the restaurant.
Yeah. And if you think that Alyssa is this like super dramatic meth head, and then you got Bradley who went to jail for being a weed dealer and having a gun, and she's the only normal sister, maybe she's like, I have to withdraw myself from the situation.
Yeah, but all of that isn't Savannah's fault.
You have to think if Caddy is the older sister, and then
I thought she was the youngest sister.
Oh, I thought she was the oldest.
I thought she was the younger.
Oh, well, then that shows somebody somewhere, probably me, wasn't paying attention. Okay. But just think about the life they had, with being raised by the dad and everything. And maybe Caddy is the sister that always took care of everything. And you got this meth head, Alyssa, and Bradley's a degenerate. Maybe she's like, I don't
want to be about that life.
Yeah. Because she said, I'm trying to build this great life for myself and I don't need this drama.
Yeah.
And the talking head, Savannah goes, at the end of the day, I feel like his family is going to hold my past against me. But what are they going to do? We're together. Well,
I mean, they're holding your past against you as if their brother didn't just get out of prison.
Right. Like, again, like he's the catch.
Yeah, that is exactly how his sister is acting. I'm like, he has been out of prison 2 days. Like, please be so for real here.
He's had one shower.
One good shower.
Okay, let's move on to Joey and Michael. All right.
I can't Mary Payne. I am like this when I watch their scenes. Because I feel like
just waiting.
I'm just waiting for Joey to have the breakdown. I'm like, when is it going to happen? When is it like, I'm literally, my body is tense just watching, like, please break up. Like, y'all really need to be apart. This is bad.
I need to see, because Joey's constantly talking to how he's so in love with him. And I'm like, why? We barely seen him be nice to you.
Yeah, I don't get it. And I don't know if I truly believe Joey's so in love with him. I think he's like more infatuated with him or something like that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And he's not that cute in person.
No, I think he's funny though.
Yeah. So Joey is crying. And
what? Huh? Joey crying?
And Michael's trying to console him. And Joey's like, I just don't want to have to be your rule giver. I don't want to be in charge of it. The talking head Joey says, if Michael won't come back here by 10 o'clock, they're going to be on his ass. And I hope it's going to be worth it, but I don't know. So they go to see his mom, Norma, Norma's got a big fucking house, by the way.
She does, but Michael can't stay there.
No.
No room for you.
So he runs up to see her and he just starts bawling, crying.
Yeah.
And she starts bawling, crying. And he's like, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry, Mom. It was very touching.
It was.
And I feel very bad for the mom.
He's going to fuck up again.
I know. And the mom knows it,
Yeah, she does.
So in the talking head, he says, seeing my mom after a full year, it's rough. She's my favorite person on the planet. I just wanted to hold her and tell her I'm sorry, but I never say I'm sorry. And the producer goes, you hugged her and said you were sorry. Did you know that? And he's like, oh, good for me. No, I didn't know that.
He's like such a horrible person, but still so fucking funny. There's just something about him. Like, he's funny.
He cries and he says, my mom is the only one who has always supported me and always believed in me. And she has worked so hard to give everything to us as kids. She's a great person. And people like me don't deserve angels like that. And, and he says, I was able to see this year that I was missing a lot of things. I had 3 relatives that died. I wasn't there to support my sisters, who I claim to love. My mom broke her ankle.
What did that mean? The claim to love.
I wasn't there to support my sisters, who I claim to love. Like, he's like, I say that I love my sisters, but then I
don't show it. Okay.
Yeah. He says, my mom broke her ankle and she really needed me at home to help her. I have failed her so much and I don't know why I do it. And he cries. He's like, something's wrong with my brain, I think. Yeah. It's called being an addict. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is something wrong with your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he needs to get help and actively keep participating in getting the help, but he doesn't want it.
Yeah. All that's right. So he tells his mom, oh, yeah, like I'm going to the same halfway house. I've been there before. And she goes, oh, is that like a trigger? And he was like, kinda. He goes, but tonight I'm staying with Joey at the hotel. And mom goes, did you confirm that with the halfway house that you could do that? And he goes, no, but I'll just call him later and tell them what I'm doing. She goes, or you could just call them now.
Works.
Just call them now. And he's like, I mean, all right. So she goes, and call him on speaker so we know you're doing it.
Yeah, because they don't trust him at all. Even to make that phone call, they don't trust him.
So he does. He calls and it's like, I left a message. That's all I can do.
That is literally like a kid saying, oh, well, I called my mom to see if I could stay the night at your house, but she didn't answer the phone. So I just left her a message. So that means I can stay the night at your house. No, it doesn't.
Yes, that's right.
It does not know. It does not mean that.
It's exactly like, I'm going to go over to so-and-so's house after school. And my mom said it was fine. I mean, I called her and left her a message. So I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-mm.
So they're leaving his mom's and he goes, I'm going to do my best to follow the rules, you know? So in the car, Michael says, look, I got a lot of pressure from my mom and from my PO and from you. I've just got a lot of pressure on me. And Joey goes, how am I pressuring you? What am I doing? And Michael goes, I just have to tell you that my brain is telling me I should run. Like it's not even 10 hours.
He hasn't had a night out. Like he has not, like it has not been nighttime.
Right.
Since he's gotten out. Like it's not a full fucking day. And he's already just.
His brain's telling him time to go.
Yeah.
And Michael says, well, all right, I got this text from my PO. Okay, look, here it is. I have the green light. I could stay at the hotel tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Feeding yourself is hard enough sometimes, but what about when you have a whole family of mouths to feed? If that sounds familiar, maybe you're at my house because I've got people coming and going and they need different things all the time. And for me, it is time to streamline dinner time with Home Chef. With Home Chef, you can choose from over 35 meals and 18 extras per week, including, and this is the best, kids-themed special meal kits. Home Chef, as you guys know, it delivers fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes conveniently to your doorstep. You can simplify your life with Home Chef. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. Now, I prefer the classic meal kits with the pre-portioned ingredients, but they also have these quick 30-minute recipes. They also have oven ready. Pop it in, microwave even faster. And then they have the dedicated family menu, which will be, if you have little kids or a lot of people with a lot of different tastes, which, is what I find in my house too, even though my children are grown. Home Chef has everything you need for hassle-free, delicious dinners, and it's economical. Home Chef customers save on average $86 per month on groceries. That is a lot of money. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/pinkshade. That is homechef.com/pinkshade for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/pinkshade. Must be an active subscriber to receive the free dessert. All right, guys, let's talk about laundry. I know it's not the most exciting chore. And we've talked about it before. My husband likes to do laundry like 4 or 5 times a week. And I like to get it done on one day. Like today is my day for laundry. And now laundry day might be one of my favorite days of the week because of this Indonesian patchouli laundry detergent from Laundry Sauce. You guys, these little pods are packed with the powerful bioenzymes that tackle stains like a pro. And the scent is next level. It's like a high-end cologne that sticks with you, but like in a good way, not in a bad way. Like if you love the outdoors or like a beachy vibe, you just want that fresh, natural feeling. This scent gives it to you. Like think of Jason Momoa, laid back, adventurous, effortlessly cool. You guys, it is amazing. I love it. I love an Indonesian patchouli. Maybe that's the hippie in me, but I don't know. But the smells are incredible. So if you're all about that outdoorsy, beachy energy, this scent will keep you in that vibe no matter where you are. Are you ready to upgrade your laundry game? Try the Indonesian patchouli from Laundry Sauce. You guys, I have the little pods, and then I also have the dryer sheets. Holy cow, you guys. Literally, my husband said, "What are you using on your laundry? It smells so much better than mine." I was like, "Okay, I'll let you use it. You can use my Laundry Sauce." And also, isn't that a great name for a product? So for a limited time only, our listeners are going to get 20% off your entire order when you use code PINKSHADE at laundrysauce.com. That's 20% off your order at laundrysauce.com with promo code PINKSHADE. You guys, it's not just about smelling incredible. It's engineered for performance. And because spring is about fresh starts, you got to revive your fabrics with Laundry Sauce, okay? 20% off laundrysauce.com and use code PINKSHADE. So they arrive at the hotel, and Michael falls on the bed, and Joey falls on him, and they kind of kiss and everything. And Michael goes, "Oh God, I got to go to that sober living place to change the sign because they have to write on the sign." And he goes, "You want to come with me?" And Joey goes, "No." Now I can't believe Joey didn't go with him.
Me neither. I mean, and he let him take the car and everything.
I was like, I would have been like, "Okay, let's go." Also, why didn't you do that on the way home? So, on the talking head, Joey says, "Today has just been emotionally draining and exhausting, and I just am going to take a few minutes to myself." Talking head, Michael's driving, and he says, "Today has been a roller coaster with Joey. And, I'm glad Joey's sticking with me through all of this. But, I almost don't want him to because he's so drama with trying to ask me to follow the rules and everything. Oh, it's so hard." When we saw this clip, when him saying Joey is so drama, I was like, "Oh, what's this going to be about?" It's literally him just going, "Hey, you have to follow the rules."
Yeah, and that's just so much drama, Mary. So drama.
Now we see later this season on Love After Lockup, and I don't know why they said later this season because to our knowledge,
I don't think they're skipping an episode.
They're not skipping an episode, or they're not going to skip put Mama June in there for 3 weeks or anything like that. Yeah. So I don't know why they said that. I know Mama June is coming back though, right?
In May. Cannot wait.
May what?
Cannot wait. I think it was 30th.
Okay, so we got another month of this. Yeah. Later this season on Love After Lockup, Will tells Courtney he wants to get tied up or get a whip. And she goes, no. And then we see them standing on the street fighting. And he was like, "I didn't want a wife child." And she goes, "Then why did you marry somebody in prison?" And she also says she had a wife child. She had sugar daddies in prison. Oh, shocking.
Shocker.
Kiana and DeMondre get engaged. And then we see her holding up, "Oh, we got engaged." And then we see her saying to him he has to go, and she's throwing clothes at him going, "I know you think, I don't know why you think this is funny." We see Brooklyn and Brian, and he's just gotten out of prison. They're like, "We're ready to make a baby right now. Baby making. Whoop, whoop." Again, she has a daughter that she just told us about last episode. So
we don't even know if that kid lives with her or not.
No, we have no idea. And if so, does she know where it is? Because the house is messy.
Because she loses that, and she loses everything. Yeah.
Michael and Joey are in the hotel hot tub. They're like in a Holiday Inn Express hot tub, just taking their clothes off.
Ew.
Then we see Joey saying to production, "I don't want to talk it out with him. I don't want to see him." And Joey's crying, saying, "But I still love him." And then we see Michael, of course, on that prison phone, back behind bars.
Not a surprise. And that is the only way that Joey needs to date Michael. Is if Michael's locked up. Otherwise, he can't do it. Mm-mm.
And then it's Michael saying, "God, Joey just needs to know I had to get this out of my system, and I hope he comes back around." So I guess he had one night where he went nuts and then landed back in prison, and then wants Joey to, but we know he's on a 3 strikes you're out. So he ain't getting out for a long time.
And I think Joey will stick around for a little bit longer too.
Hope not. Then we see Savannah, who's fighting with Bradley, and says, "That motherfucker just took my car." And it seems maybe she reports it stolen and then he's going to get pulled over with that car.
Well, we know they're broken up.
Yeah.
She claims he's gay. She took his phone and saw this. But then he just posted up with his new girlfriend. So.
Okay. Well, all's well that ends well. Yeah. Brooke says something about JK getting his dick sucked. Mm-hmm. And her mom says to her, "You don't have a clue what's going on over there." Okay. And then we see him saying, "There's something you need to know," to Brooke. and she starts crying.
Okay.
Alexis asked Julius, do you have anyone else besides me? And he goes, well, if I'm being honest. And then we see all these different pictures of him with a bunch of different women.
Dirty bird. He is a dirty bird.
Then we see Alexis is walking up and saying to Julius, who are these girls? And he's like, I don't know. And then she's asking production to take off her mic pack. But in real life, she's currently still having a baby with him. So maybe she's so
stupid.
Maybe she gave him 3 months to go on the Keisha plan.
Well, he was doing it regardless if she gave him permission or not.
Right. Well, that's true. But maybe she said, I'll just give you 3 months. And in 3 months, you can come back here. And if it's out of your system, we good.
Yeah, that's what she should do. Hopefully she did.
Well, she's having a baby with him. We assume it's with him, right?
We assume. I guess we'll see. If the baby comes out with tattoos all over his face, we'll know that it's Julius's baby. No DNA test needed.
It's really too bad because he is very attractive.
Yeah, but he's so immature. Like,
I know. I'm just saying to look at before he talks.
Oh, yeah.
He has tattoos on his face. I mean, it looks so stupid.
Yeah. I mean, he's a nice looking guy. And that's pretty much where it ends.
Yeah.
He's just nice looking.
Oh, Linky.
Yep.
Okay. That's it. And you guys, Keisha has a podcast. It's called The Libra Lounge with Keisha. You can follow it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And on Tuesday, I'll be on Watch What Happens Live.
Okay. You're going to be the call-in caller?
I am. Yeah. Last time I was a standby.
Yeah. Now you got it.
I got it. And guess who's going to be on there?
Who?
Giselle, my favorite housewife.
Okay. You'll get a chance to say,
I saw you when you were in Houston.
Giselle, I met you in Houston. That was such a great event. Yeah. Yeah. You'll only be able to say like 2 lines.
That's fine. I'm ready.
Giselle, I met you in Houston. The event was so great. Everybody should go see Giselle. And she'll say, thanks, girl. And then you'll go. But my question is for Jose Andre. How do you make those delicious ribs? It'll be like that.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'm excited. I have to figure out what to wear.
Yeah, you go, hi, y'all, Giselle, and then your background has to be totally plain like this. You can't have anything.
Shit.
They won't let you have anything behind. Like, that's fine what you're doing, but you can't have anything behind you that's a painting or anything.
Oh, so like my living room with the striped walls?
That'll be fine. It just has to be plain. There can't be any artwork.
Okay.
My sister and I did it, and her artwork was behind us, and they said, no, you have to turn around to a plain wall. And my sister goes, but it's my artwork that I created. They said, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's not licensed or whatever. It has to be a plain wall.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, I'm excited. Hey, Hercules. I'm excited.
Hercules.
Okay, so guys, in addition to checking out Keisha's podcast, The Libra Lounge with Keisha, you got to check out Watch What Happens Live. She will be the call-in caller. Now, sometimes they don't do the call-in caller during the show, and you'll be on the after show. So just let us know which one it is, because if they pre-taping it, if they're pre-taping it, or it's going to be live at night.
I think it's going to be live.
Okay, because it's at night when they're doing it.
Yes.
Okay, they didn't say like get on at 2:00 or whatever.
No. It's at night.
Okay. All right. Woo! It's exciting. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
And make sure you have like a drink in your hand to be like,
oh, you have to have a drink?
Yeah, you don't have to, but it's fun. It makes it fun.
Okay. I'll do that.
And then after you do your question, say cheers. And then, oh, I'm so excited.
Or should I say Mazel Tov? Since it's 8, I don't know. It's decisions.
I would say cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Everybody, that's exciting. Okay. And what's happening here on this podcast is the usual. I've got Keisha and I've got Kimberly on Tuesday. I've got Stacey and Christine from Keenan and Lake and Deja Vu podcast. That's coming up. And do you already have your...
No, it's this week. I screwed up my dates last week. So I interview her on Tuesday.
Okay.
So when's your episode with her going to drop?
Thursday.
Okay. So then you want me to drop mine Wednesday or Friday?
Yeah. Whenever you normally drop it is fine.
You know, I don't have a normal day.
Okay. The two of them are going to be on To Talk Pop and Bravo. So we're going to talk about
awesome.
pop culture and Bravo, and then we'll talk about their podcast.
Okay.
That's happening. And then guess what? I'll be off to Paris, and not Paris in Vegas, not this shithole. No, I'll be off to the actual Paris, France. There'll be Bunky takeovers the next week. Next Monday will be Keisha and Kimberly, Love After Lockup. And then on Tuesday will be, for next week, not this week, the next week will be Kimberly and Matt doing Love After Lockup. And my episode that week will be Megan Weaver. Megan Weaver will be my Pop and Bravo host that week with me. So you guys, a lot going on. Amy and I are still slogging through 90 Day Last Resort. And don't forget, on Wednesday mornings, you're getting Keisha and I covering The Valley. The Valley. And that's on Wednesday. That drops Wednesday. We record in the morning. It'll should be out by noon every Wednesday. So I do think, not to brag, but I do think we were the first recap that was out last Wednesday. Other people hadn't gotten theirs out yet. Yeah.
Okay. And hopefully it was the best recap.
I got a lot of people joining, saying they're joining for The Valley. So
awesome.
It's cyclical. People come and go. Like they might join just because they want to hear Temptation Island, or they might join just because they want to hear Love Is Blind. And then some people, and then they drop because they're done with it. Yeah. And then they hear like, oh, you're doing The Valley, so they rejoin for that.
Awesome.
Links for that is in the show notes, guys. And everybody listen to Keisha and follow her on Instagram and follow me at Pink Shade Pod. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.